What's up guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we have Tian from Team Purgatory and Kengan Mega up against the Kengan Ashura Annihilation Tournament fighters. I'll cover his power and abilities, then I'll get into the what if battles. Help me reach my 2021 goal of 100k subscribers by subscribing if you're new to the channel or you just haven't already. It's free, easy to do. Also consider checking out the description for the Discord server and my Twitter. Now, enjoy the video. He faced Kanoh Agito in the 6th round and was defeated relatively easy, but it doesn't stop him from being a beast. It's just that Kanoh is kinda on croaky tier at this point, an absolute god. Prior to the fight starting, he was able to block a punch from base form Kure Ryan with 0 difficulty, with Ryan also stating that he's strong after the quick exchange. He's also a tall thick boy, standing at 203 centimeters tall and 130 kilograms for his weight. He's pretty much the same as Agito, but about 2 centimeters taller, so yeah, a big chunky boy. Yamashita states that he's the strongest of the 3 Demon Fists while only using the Wu Wang Fist, which he didn't even really use in his fight against Agito, so that's very impressive. But we can't take this as 100% fact because we haven't seen the other two have their purgatory fight yet, such as Dongchen and Fei Wang Fang. They haven't had their battles. One of them could very well be the Tiger Wrestle, which I'm guessing will be above Tian, but honestly just take that as you do. Kanoh was able to roll Tian in his base form, which resulted in Lu revealing that he's a worm. We then see that he can use the formal style like Agito, and that he was also a survivor of a separate Gyu ritual and then was later trained by the Tiger Nico personally. They were able to fight on an equal footing for 5 minutes with formless versus formless. However, shortly after, Tian was able to beat Kanoh with his Formless, proving that Formless is superior to Kanoh's, and this is where we have Tian calling Kanoh the prototype, which we learn more about later. Agito switched to his martial arts based fighting style, but Tian with Formless alone was still good enough to deal with him, being able to dodge all of Agito's attack. He also showed the ability to get out of holds and counter very easy with his superior Formless. We learned that the Tiger Nico abandoned the Nico style to solely focus on the former style as he considered it superior. However, I think this only applies to the base Nico style that the Takita Nikos learned from Gai Mikaku whenever it was. My theory is that the Nico who trained Oma actually advanced the Nico style, meaning the Nico style Oma knows is superior to the original, and that this version is also superior to the Formless, purely based on how Oma's Nico defeated the Tiger Nico even after having to stop and fight a rampaging Oma. Straight after that, defeated the Tiger Nico, and then as we know was killed by Genzan, which as a whole very impressive. This all could be false though, considering it was Kiryu explaining all this, so who knows what really happened. But yeah, Kanoh was only able to get the advantage again when he used his switching from Formless to martial arts, which now has 0 lag thanks to the 2 years of training he did, making it now a fusion of Formless and martial arts, which is just absolutely insane. We also learn here that Tian goes limp to counter blows, but Kanoh in this, full power state is too fast even for Tian to go limp in time. The current Kanoh is at a level where Kuroki says there's no guarantee that he would win, and that's Omega Kuroki talking. So Agito, even though Kuroki considered him a equal in Ashura, he's also considering him an equal in Omega as well, even after these 2 years. At this point, you would think Tian is hacks enough with his Master's Former style that rolled Agito without his fusion, but Tian can also use the removal or the Wu Clan's Guhan, which means Demon Spirit, and is exactly the same as the Kure Clan removal, so I'm going to be calling it the removal for the remainder of this video. We learned that the Tiger Nico only taught 1st generation Gyu people the Nico style, and that 2nd generation people like Tian had all the focus on the Formless style, meaning Tian doesn't know the Nico style, while Kanoh knows bits and pieces of the Nico and a base level of the Formless. Tian with removal is easily able to overpower Kanoh with his raw power. Yamashita states that Lu's power and speed have gone up, which is obvious because that's what the removal does. Lu can also use the Formless in conjunction with the removal, which makes him pretty much above everyone, including his master, by his own, assumptions. However, the removal is meant for Kure and Wu Clan members who have gone through selective breeding so they can handle the strain it puts on one's brain and body, which results in Tian not being able to control his removal and the removal reaching a 96% release rate, which is actually close to the highest we've seen in the series, which of course is Kuro Ryan at 100%, and this caused him to go insane. In this crazy removal mode where he's just going absolutely monkey apeshit mode, he was able to Hulk smash on the ground and destroy part of the ring, with Yamashita stating that his power is on par with Julius in this form, and that he's even got faster, but Kanoh was still able to dodge this attack even with the speed buff at the 96% removal. Tian is only comparable to Julius with this 96% removal while going crazy, and you can even argue that he isn't comparable to Julius because it is Yamashita saying this, but I would argue it's pretty close and he's probably at least top 5 in raw power when Tian is using the removal. However, Tian in this form still got one-shot by Kanoh Agito's Dragon Shot. Kanoh was able to win without taking really any damage from Tian, but this could be broken down to Kanoh using the Nico style indestructible for most of the fight, and still being fast enough with his pre-initiative to counter Tian even with all his speed buffs and the conjunction of formless and removal. But my assumption in the end, once he unlocked the 96%, went absolutely crazy. He was no longer using the removal with the formless as he was going insane and wasn't really thinking about how to counter Kanoh Agito, because Kanoh was able to land the Dragon Shot after going for a fake out punch on Tian, which pretty much destroyed him. So Tian in base formless doesn't have the most insane power, but he was still able to block a base Ryan punch without any effort. So you could say he's maybe on Mokichi Robertson level when it comes to raw power in his base form, or you could argue he's a little bit above. And then once he uses the removal, he gets into, you know, the top 5 raw power strongest in the series, but he does have the drawbacks of going crazy and easily getting countered once in this form. But yep, that's everything about Tian's power and abilities. Now I'll cover how the what if battles would go. So as always, I'm doing it in tier list format. At the top we have Tian L, so who I think Tian would lose against. Either way, Tian win high diff, Tian win mid diff, Tian win low diff. Take note that all the people fighting Tian are the Kengan Ashura version of them, so the Kanoh Agito is the Kanoh Agito at his peak in Kengan Ashura, not the Mega version who stomped Tian. Let's start out with Adam. Adam pretty much can't damage Tian, so go down there. Akura, I'm cut between mid and high diff. I'm gonna put him in high diff now because he may be able to grab him possibly with his insane reaction speed, but most likely not, so I'm gonna say mid diff for now. Bando's probably mid diff. You of course would go in there. Bagheero probably low diff as well. Mokichi Robertson, I talked about him in my Tian explanation. I consider Tian probably on his level when it comes to raw power in his base form. That's without removal, so Robinson probably gets destroyed mid diff, or you could even argue low diff, but I'll keep him in mid diff for now. Inaba gets rolled by Tian. Gozo gets rolled. Kanoh gets rolled. You also get rolled. You get rolled. A lot of people who don't have hacks or are just straight up fighting without the same level of speed Kanoh Agito has in Omega kinda just get rolled and can't even touch Tian in my opinion. Cosmo, I'll probably win high diff. We did see Tian get out of Kanoh Agito's holds with absolute ease in his formless. I think he may be faster than Cosmo, but I'm not 100% sure how the fight would go between Cosmo and Tian, but I do think Tian will end up winning. And if he add on the quick buff of speed that comes with the removal before he goes crazy, he'll definitely be able to deal with Cosmo. Gao Lang, I'll put in a similar thing. I think Tian will be able to defeat Gao Lang from Kengan Ashura. You could argue he maybe goes in either way, but honestly, I don't think Gao Lang can really do too much to Tian. Even the Kanoh Agito in the later rounds of the Kengan Ashura Annihilation Tournament would roll Gao Lang compared to what Kanoh Agito was in round 2, where Gao Lang kinda, you know, messed up Kanoh Agito quite a bit, with Kanoh Agito trying to defeat Gao Lang with strikes and all that. But if Kanoh Agito combined his formless and martial arts against Gao Lang, even with the lag, would probably still roll him, and yeah, Tian would probably deal with Gao Lang quite easily. Jerry Tyson one-shots Tian, 0 difficulty, goodbye Tian. Hanafisa, probably around this tier. I don't think he's fast enough to land an attack on Tian. Same with Fisherman Dude, probably not fast enough. So the thing with Julius, he isn't the fastest character in the series, but he does have quite decent speed, and considering how little damage Liu Tian actually did to Kanoh Agito, I don't really see how he's going to do too much damage to Julius. You could argue when he unlocks his removal, the Yamashita statement saying he's on par with Julius. Even then, like, will he hit Julius with enough power to take him out in that removal state, and will he finish Julius in that time before he goes crazy and Julius takes the advantage? Definitely in Formula's base form, he can't do enough damage to take out Julius like instantly or like within like a 10-minute mark. So yeah, I don't really see a way Liu Tian's going to finish Julius within a reasonable time frame, and I don't see a way that Julius is going to actually land enough attacks on Liu Tian, so I could argue either way for that. So yeah, I'll leave him in there for now. Canada probably gets rolled. Kanoh Agito is either in he defeats Liu Tian or he goes in either way. I'm going to put him in either way because in Omega he did have the fusion zero lag of switching from martial arts to formless, but even with that, he did kind of roll Liu Tian. Maybe if he did have the lag, it would be more even and be a closer fight and could go either way, so I'm going to put it in either way to give Liu Tian the benefit of the doubt. Hyozan, probably around this tier. Now looking at this, I'm going to put Justice Boy in high diff for now. Croak against Sire, I do think would defeat a Liu Tian from Kengan Omega. Not very easy, probably high to mid-high difficulty, but I do think he would be able to defeat him. Kiryu Setsuna, I think would probably get defeated by Liu Tian. Same with Mutaba, but maybe Muta will be able to pull some insane shit off. But yeah, I think Liu Tian will defeat Mutaba high difficulty. Nezu, get out of here. Oma is another character I think could go either way or would actually defeat Liu Tian. He does have, you know, as I mentioned, the superior Nico style to the Formless, but Liu Tian with his insane speed, insane dodging ability may have a lot of trouble for Oma, so I'm going to put him in either way for now. Akibo, probably high diff or top of mid diff. Removal, Ryan, probably there. Even with Kengan Ashura, Ryan, with his 100% removal, I would still say he's weaker than the 96% removal that Liu Tian used, because at a base level we saw how much stronger Liu Tian was, and I don't think that 4% difference will really make up that insane. The only thing that will make up the difference is Kure Ryan being able to control the removal, but then the Formless comes in, and I think even in base Formless he'll be able to deal with Kure Ryan eventually, but it may be very tanky for Liu Tian to take out within a reasonable amount of time. Ray may be able to hit Liu Tian. It really depends whether Liu Tian can go limp in time to, you know, disperse the damage from Ray's shot. But yeah, not really 100% sure for that. Probably Liu Tian wins, I would say. Nikado Ren, probably mid diff. Rito low diff. Sora low diff. Sorpang, probably mid diff. Seki mid diff. May take a while for Liu Tian to actually damage him severely or enough, but if he goes into removal quickly, that'll be more than enough if he doesn't go insane and doesn't, you know, waste too much time being in removal. Hatsumi Sen, probably the top of Liu Tian would win. You maybe could argue goes in here, but I think Kanoh Agito with the combination with the lag was able to roll Hatsumi Sen, but Hatsumi Sen did tank a Dragon Shot unlike Liu Tian, but Liu Tian or Kanoh Agito in Omega is probably a lot stronger as well, so yeah, probably the top of Liu Tian win. And then Waka, I would say, would be an either way. Similar thing to Julius, I don't really see Liu Tian dealing enough damage to take out Waka without using the removal, and then once in the removal, it's just a matter of time before he goes crazy, and then Waka Suki would get the advantage and overwhelm him. So I'll put him in either way for now, put him above Julius. And yep, that's what I think about Liu Tian against the Kengan Ashura Annihilation Tournament. He loses against these two, either way against these four, but I'm probably, if I'm being 100% honest, it's probably more that these four would actually beat Liu Tian in my opinion, but I'm just going to put them in either way for now because I don't fully believe they would just wreck Liu Tian. Some of these people have the possibility they may be able to beat Liu Tian. There could be arguments for some of these characters, maybe the left half could probably maybe beat him, but I'm probably going to put him in the Tian wins just more percentage wise, just barely. But yeah, and the rest I think would definitely lose. But yep, let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to subscribe, join the Discord, and yep, that's it guys. Peace.